I had been seeing 4 different doctors for 4 different ailments, and nobody was putting the whole package together. Nobody was looking at the total patient. I was getting frustrated with seeing one doctor for diabetes, or actually you don't see a doctor, you see an intern, and then you see a doctor for 3 minutes, and if your diabetes or blood sugar's up, you get more medication and you move on. Same with chronic fatigue, same thing with hormone replacement therapy. I was on hormone replacement therapy at the time, but the doctor only looked at the labs for that. So I was looking for someone that would look at the total patient. My health had deteriorated for so long that I thought that's just the way I was. I mean, I'd gone to multiple doctors, and again, nobody had the right answer, and I was still not feeling well. My wife was telling me for years, if you could only lose 30 pounds, if you could only lose 40 pounds, I said, I can't, this is just the way I am. You know, you just keep buying bigger clothes. Well, pretty soon you run out of the bigger clothes at JCPenney, and then you're in the big and tall section of JCPenney, and then those clothes start fitting tight, and you just think, well, that's just the way I am. And that's when I found Dr. Wycoff. And he looked at me as a total patient, a total person. I didn't have to go see 4 doctors for 4 different ailments. He was the first to introduce the supplements. Dr. Wycoff was the first one and only one to get me on a diet program with the HCG diet program. And Dr. Wycoff turned my life around. I owe it all into him. I've lost 75 pounds. People say, you look great, you look wonderful, how'd you do it? You know, and I just say, Dr. Wycoff. If you want to know, call him.
I came to the Wycoff Wellness Center with my husband, Chuck. Chuck's been having problems for many years with hormones, with excessive weight, sleep apnea, and so I would always come to the Wycoff Wellness Center with him. And when Dr. Wycoff suggested that Chuck go on the HCG diet, we decided to do the diet together.
I sat down with Dr. Wycoff and I said, well, now what do we do? And he said, well, you got 2 choices. One is more medication, and it probably won't help, or you can go on a diet and change your lifestyle. I said, okay. He said, well, you ready for this? I said, what? He said, it's a 500 calorie a day diet. He said, but you're probably not ready for that yet. Here's a book. Take a book, read the book, give it a month, come back and we'll talk about it.
At first, when we looked at the diet and we had read the book and looked over all the papers that Dr. Wycoff gave us, we kind of said, oh, we don't know if we can do this. You know, it's 500 calories. You have to give yourself a shot every day. You just don't know that you can be that good at eating the right foods and following the program.
And there's a phase in for 30 days where you phase in and really just start to eat healthy. Then there's the HCG diet itself for about 6 weeks, and then you phase out for another 30 days. So, you know, by the end of 90 days, you've changed your lifestyle. You don't need the HCG anymore.
We really followed the program to the T, and it wasn't hard. There were some days we got hungry, but we just worked through it, and it was very successful for both of us.
Many people actually were concerned about my health because I lost so much weight. They were afraid I had cancer or some other debilitating disease, and that I was sick. I was like, no, I'm fine, I'm healthy. But once they figured that out, they were happy too. Yeah, it was because my staff hadn't seen me since school got out, the teachers themselves, and so yeah, that was a very proud moment when I walked in and greeted the staff for the school year. Yeah, and there isn't a day goes by still after 1.5 years, and I've kept it off. I continue to actually lose weight slowly. So the fear that I was going to gain it all back, like many fad diets, went away because I kept it off. And to this day, every day I run into somebody and say, oh, I want to, you look great, you look wonderful, how'd you do it, you look good. I wish I could do that too, or I wish I could get my husband to do that. And I say, call Dr. Wycoff.
It was easier to do as a couple, especially because we had to have certain foods in the house to eat. And we didn't want to have, any junk food in the house. We're empty nesters, so that was easy, so that we could get rid of all those unnecessary foods. We followed the diet together, eating the proper amounts of protein, vegetables, fruits, and over, 4 to 6 week time period, we were both very happy with our weight loss. Oh, absolutely more energy. We've learned to, exercise together, and that in itself gives you more energy. And just having the excessive weight off You know, you just feel better about yourself. You know, the clothes fit better, you're anxious to go shopping, you're anxious to tell your friends what has happened and refer them to Dr. Wycoff, and it's just a great feeling.
I have a new lease on life. I have more energy, obviously. I'm much less anxious. I'm sleeping better. I had sleep apnea. I was on a BiPAP machine with a very high pressure for 12 years. I'm off of the machine. I actually had to go have a sleep test to determine that I didn't have sleep apnea anymore. They didn't quite know what to do with me. Why are you here? Well, because you need to prove to the medical team that I no longer need this machine. So I'm much happier, much more rested, much healthier. And it's a change in lifestyle, and it's a change in lifestyle that was directed or counseled by Dr. Wycoff. Again, you know, I was going down the wrong path for a long time and continued to gain weight, and my health was deteriorating. But after seeing Dr. Wycoff and putting all that together, I've changed my lifestyle. And that's what I tell people. It's a change in lifestyle. It's not that you can go, even the magical Dr. Wycoff isn't going to give you a pill to fix it. You need to change your lifestyle.
In order to follow the HCG diet, you need to have enough willpower and enough want in your own mind and body to lose the weight. It's not hard at all to get started. Dr. Wycoff and his staff are more than willing to guide you through any questions that you have or any areas that you may stumble with the diet. Everyone at their office has tried the diet, so it's always been, great to be able to talk to them about it. And once you get going, even if you're thinking it's still not going to work and you start losing the weight, that takes all the skepticism away. Because you really do start feeling good about yourself.
It's a choice. You can live your life as you currently were, as I was. You can live your life the rest of your life that way and kind of plug along and be miserable and tired all the time and grumpy and kid yourself into that's the way life is, or you can try something different. If somebody were to come to you with a blank check and say, we'll give you a new lease on life if you do this, why wouldn't you try it?